Hey babes, my name's Hannah.
And my name's Chasity.
Welcome back to Bookish Babes. Today we're doing Would You Rather Bookish Edition, something that Chasity found. She said the list had like over 100, and so we're just gonna like jump around and pick and choose the ones that we want to answer. So we might do multiple parts to this if there's a lot.
Yeah, because some of these are really fun, and some of these we've kind of answered before in other videos.
And it should be obvious by our opinions, but...
Okay. Let's see. Would you rather read a book where the page was missing or a book where the author doesn't know the difference between there, and there?
The first one.
Where
the page was missing.
The page was missing?
Yeah. That would drive me crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I would get so mad.
As long as it's not like she changed the whole story, she or he changed the whole story in one page. Like then I would be able to pick up what I missed, but...
Okay, would you rather be stuck on a very long plane or train ride without a book? So a plane ride or a train ride without a book?
I would say train ride because I can't read books in the car, and I feel like that would be like a similar motion to a car, so I don't think I could read in a train anyway. But I can read on a plane. Okay. If I read in like a car, it makes me motion sick.
I would prefer to not have one on the plane.
Okay. Because you feel like plane rides are like quicker?
I could sleep. I don't think I could sleep on the train.
I just feel like I'd get like motion sickness if I tried to read on a train.
I think that's fair. Would you rather have someone ruin the ending of a book for you or never finish a book you were reading?
What do you mean? Like I could never finish any book ever?
No, just never finish a book you were reading.
Any book that I've ever read? There's been several books where I didn't want to finish it.
Yeah, that one doesn't really...
Yeah.
Never finish.
But I also ruin books for myself on purpose, so...
I think never finish a book you were reading.
Yeah, I think so also. But I've also been known to spoil books for myself. By Googling things.
You do?
Yeah.
I don't.
I do.
And I absolutely fucking hate when people ruin the endings of books for me.
Yeah, I hate when other people ruin it for me. I want to ruin it for myself.
Movies for me.
Yeah.
Any kind of... Listen.
Only if I specifically ask, should you spoil it for me? Because there's other books where I don't want the ending spoiled.
Listen, if it's one of my favorite fucking authors, don't talk to me.
Yeah.
Just don't talk to me.
Don't say anything about the book.
Don't talk to me. I don't want to know.
I was very good, after the first book, I was very good about not spoiling any of the other ACOTAR books for myself. I was very good about not spoiling either of the Crescent City books for myself.
Would you rather date a character you have a crush on or your crush from real life?
Date a character I have a crush on 100%. Easy. No ifs, ands, or buts. Eris is mine now. According to this question.
Here's the thing. Characters from books do not have very many flaws.
Yeah.
Humans do.
Eris does.
I mean, Eris does. Bitch, why do you pick Eris?
The people that I pick have flaws, so don't worry about it.
Anyways,
I'm not worried about it.
I'm gonna go with the character you have a crush on.
Yeah.
Because, I mean...
Because I'm a bad character apologizer. I really am.
Sounds like a you problem.
Yeah.
Nope. Would you rather have Katniss Everdeen protect you or Beatrice Pryor?
I think Katniss.
Yeah. I'd have to say Katniss, I think.
She literally was going to die for her sister, so... I don't really remember either of those series all that much. It's been a long time.
Beatrice dies anyways, doesn't she?
I think so.
So, what am I going to do now?
Also, I just think, like, as weird as it sounds, I'd rather live in the Hunger Games world versus the Divergent world.
I don't want to live in either one.
Yeah, I don't particularly either, but if I had to pick, I'd rather live in the Hunger Games world. At least some people in the Hunger Games world have a good life. Nobody in the Divergent series has a good life.
Yeah. Which Hogwarts house would you rather be placed in?
So, like, are we going to be realistic with this?
Yeah.
Like the one that I think I'd be placed in or the one that I want to be placed in?
This one would you rather be placed in?
I think I'd end up in Slytherin, but no, I'd want to be in Slytherin. But I also think Ravenclaw would be cool.
So, yeah. Okay, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Is it's the question of whether or not I would be placed in Slytherin or Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance I might be put in Ravenclaw, but I want to be in Slytherin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a good chance I'd be put in Slytherin, but I still do think there's a chance that I might be put in Ravenclaw.
Yeah, I agree, but I'd be okay with either.
I would too, but
if I had to pick, I'd be Slytherin.
But I'd pick Slytherin.
And I also think I'd be put in Slytherin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what Pottermore says I am.
It's what every test I've ever taken says.
It's Slytherin, but I also am, you know, I haven't had the Sorting Hat do it, so.
Yeah, Sorting Hat knows all.
I don't really know. Would you rather live in a library or in a bookstore?
Bookstore.
Same. Would you rather lose your place or get a paper cut every time you read a book? So lose your place every time you read a book, or get a paper cut. I would rather lose my place, because I'll find it. You don't want to spill blood every time?
No.
Okay.
You know what? I'm not even going to say it. Because you know what I thought about.
Yeah, I would lose my place too. Okay, would you rather be in a fantasy book or a science fiction book?
Fantasy.
Okay.
What about you?
Yeah, fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather have to always read in the dark or always read books with tiny text?
I guess in the dark, because I have one of those little clip-on lights. The tiny text, you can't really do anything about that unless you have like a magnifying glass.
Yeah, I think so too, because I already have bad eyes, so like let's not fuck them up even more. I mean, it's gonna mess them up having to read in the dark, but
like I said, I have like the clip-on lights. I can like a light candle. Like I'm not that worried about it.
Yeah. Would you rather read by a fireplace or on the beach?
Fireplace. I don't think I could read on a beach unless it was like a private beach. There's like too many people. Like, I feel like the person who wrote this question has never actually been to like a public beach. There's too many people there.
Like, I need. Do I have my big umbrella?
And like people have to bring their kids to the beach, so there's gonna be like screaming kids in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the fireplace because unless I have it set up, like, do I have my chair? Do I have my big umbrella?
Is there
like,
nobody else
am I by
around?
myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have like 2 bottles of sunscreen?
Like 110 SPF?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Would you rather only read classics for the rest of your life or young adult novels?
Oh. I guess young adult. I guess
that too.
But that's
I'm not happy with
begrudging.
either answer there.
Because at least then, like, all the classics, those are out already. So, like, you've kind of run out of those. Like, there's always new young adults coming out, so you'd never, like, run out.
Would you rather be a character in Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings?
Harry Potter.
Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Yes. 100%.
Harry Potter.
100% Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is my favorite.
I do like Lord of the Rings.
I do like Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Harry Potter, but Lord of the Rings, 100%. Lord of the Rings was my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Send me to Rivendell. Hello.
I would do so
Where
well in
my
Harry
L's
Potter.
at?
I actually think I'd do really well in Harry Potter. Especially if I wasn't like a...
I'd probably die in Lord of the Rings.
I don't think I'd die in Harry Potter. That's my toxic trait, is thinking that I would not die in the Harry Potter world.
Yes. I'm okay with it though.
Yeah.
See, I'm committed to dying in the Tolkien world. It's okay.
It'd be a good way to go.
It would. I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. Would you rather wait 5 years for the final installment in a series or get it now, but must read every spoiler before you can start reading it?
I would wait 5 years. Babe, you're talking to a Twilight fan who waited 12 years for Midnight Sun to come out. I can be patient. Don't worry about it.
I can wait.
Yeah. I don't want anything spoiled for me. Especially in a final installment. No.
Would you rather read the last chapter in a book first or watch the movie before reading the book? That's a tough one. That's kind of a...
I don't really want to do either, but I guess the movie, just because I feel like there's like a lot of details that they leave out in the movie. And sometimes they change the endings in the movies.
Yeah, I
like
think...
maybe there's a chance it wouldn't be that spoiled for me. I don't know. But I guess with the last chapter, it's not like you'll understand it initially. So maybe there'll be, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with the last chapter, actually.
I don't know. No, I'll go with my gut and say the movie, but I don't really like that. I don't like that option either.
Would you rather have every word of your favorite novel tattooed on your skin, or always playing as an audio in the background for the rest of your life?
Because now I gotta think about, like, what is actually my favorite novel? Because that would change my answer. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go with tattooed because nobody wants to hear that.
Which one would it be? Would it be Mixed and Furious?
Yes, nobody wants to hear that.
There's parts that nobody needs to hear.
No, we're gonna go tattooed. I can cover tattoos up.
But I need to really sit here and think about for a second what I would say my favorite novel actually is, but I guess I would say tattooed as well, just in case.
Because you can cover it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's certain.
Plus, it's kind of cool, but yeah. And then, like, I would get very overstimulated if I was, like, trying to do something and there was just something else going on in the background, so.
I didn't make this question up. It's really here.
Okay.
Would you rather live in the time of Sarah J. Maas's series A Court of Thorns and Roses or Throne of Glass?
A Court of Thorns and Roses.
100%.
I would never want to live in any world where Ayla lives in, because I think she would absolutely take me out. And not because I'm a threat, just because she'd be irritated by me.
She'd be irritated by you?
Yeah.
She'd take me out.
And once again, my toxic trait is thinking that Eris would not kill me.
Oh God, you're funny. Would you rather be with your favorite literary crush or your favorite television/movie crush?
Literary. Mm-hmm. I don't have like a deep, I mean, I do have some, but they're not as deep as my literary crushes. You know what? Don't look at me.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't look at my tattoo.
I'm sorry, what?
That's rude.
I'm sorry.
She literally glances down at my Winter Soldier tattoo and was like, oh man. Yeah, you're right. Bucky might kill me though.
It's kind of hot.
That's true. Eris would also kill me.
It's kind of hot.
Yeah.
So,
what would your answer be? I think I stand by literary, because technically he's from a comic book.
Okay, then that's my same answer, literary.
Yeah.
Because then I don't have to answer it. I'm answering it the exact same because he's from a comic book too.
Mm-hmm. Technically.
There you go, I'm answering the same fucking way.
That's like a cop-out.
Such a cop-out.
Yeah.
But literary then. I'm not answering it.
No.
I'm answering it without answering it. Okay, would you rather read about zombies or unicorns?
Zombies. I've never seen anything about a unicorn book before. Great.
I want to find a unicorn book now.
Do they exist?
I don't know.
If anybody's ever read a unicorn book, please tell us in the comments, because I don't think they exist.
I mean, they're children books about unicorns.
Really?
There's so many children's books about unicorns.
Well, I still stand by zombie then, because I don't want to read a children's book.
But I'm
sorry that the angle is going to change several times throughout our videos, but...
Would you rather... Oh, I'm sorry, zombies. I'm just asking Hannah questions. I would rather read about zombies as well, because I'm not sure what we could do with the unicorns. Although...
No, I still stand by zombies.
I'm kind of interested to find out if we've got any unicorn.
Right. Especially given the books that we read.
Yeah, I mean, you
bestiality.
Wait a minute.
What?
We've got some little purple unicorns.
What are you talking about?
Crescent City.
Yeah, because they're like just involved. It's not about them.
I know, but... Okay. Would you rather read about witches or vampires?
Vampires. Oh, well, no vampires. I stand by that.
I'm actually switching my answer to witches because I have read a whole lot of vampire books. Like in my life, I have read anything I could get my hands on about vampires, and I'm still reading vampire books, by the way. But I'm really into witches right now, though too. So I'm gonna say witches right now. Although I still do read a ton about vampires. I mean, I do love both.
Only one for the rest of my life, vampires.
Okay, if I only had to read one for the rest of my life, it would probably be vampires. But right now, I'm saying witches because I'm really in a witching mood.
That makes sense.
Would you rather read about werewolves or mermaids?
I guess werewolves. I have no desire to read about mermaids. Well, I mean, I guess like a really cool mermaid book came out, I'd read it, but...
I'm going to say mermaids.
Really?
Yeah.
No, in general, I'd rather read about werewolves.
In general, werewolves kind of bore me.
I mean, I prefer like vampires and witches over them, but I feel like a mermaid would bore me more than a werewolf.
Yeah, I've read a lot of werewolves books, so...
Yeah, I just feel like werewolves are
like mermaids.
More likely to be involved with other supernatural creatures, too, that I might be interested in versus like mermaids. They just live in the sea. What do they do, swim?
That's fair, but I feel like that's the whole thing, is I feel like that hasn't been explored enough.
That's true.
I feel like I want more of that. And I think that's kind of been opened up a little bit with Crescent City.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to know more about like that kind of stuff. What about dragons or fairies?
Fairies.
I'm gonna go with fairies too. Would you rather read fractured fairy tales or historical fiction?
Fractured fairy tales.
I'm going to agree.
Yeah, I do like historical fiction sometimes.
I do too.
I like a nice fantastical story though, you know what I mean? Whole world
I already
building.
know our answers are gonna be different.
Oh god, okay.
Because y'all are gonna know our answers as soon as I ask the question. Would you rather live in the world of the Twilight series or Anne Rice's Vampire Chronicles?
I don't even feel like we need to like voice our answer here.
You guys know.
I'm like a diehard, and I want to point out that I'm like an OG Twilight fan.
I'm an OG Anne Rice fan.
Yeah.
So
I did read Interview with the Vampire, and I did like it. There's nothing for me that was like, Twilight was like the only thing that made me happy as a child. So
Louis was the reason I got into vampires.
Yeah.
So I think that's just self-explanatory right there. So she'd be over in Twilight.
Yeah.
And I'd be over.
Once again, I'd probably die, but.
Would it be James?
Ew, no.
Which book you going into?
Probably. Oh, girl.
Oh, that's interesting. Which book would you go into out of the series? I'm just gonna make up my own questions now.
Let me say Eclipse, and here's why. Because I feel like the characters and the relationships were established at that point. I don't want to enter in Twilight, where they were all figuring that shit out. I want to enter a New Moon, when all those werewolves were phasing for the first time. Spooky. Probably Eclipse. I also don't want to be involved in that creepy baby that Bella had in the last one, so I'm going to say Eclipse.
Okay, fair.
And also, Victoria is the least scary of the villains. Like, the Volturi is scarier to me than Victoria was.
Okay. Fair.
Not because Eclipse is my favorite. In fact, it's honestly probably my least favorite, but...
That's right, New Moon's your favorite, right?
That's my favorite book. Yeah. Which is funny. It's ironic because I was very much Team Vampire.
Yeah,
and that's why I liked it, because it was very angsty.
See, I think I'd be fine with going into Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
I would want to go in when Louis is doing the interview. I also feel like that's the safest.
Yeah.
Lestat.
I was gonna say, what's wrong with Lestat? I'm just saying.
No. I do not have the toxic trait of thinking I would survive Lestat. I'd have to enter in when Louis was involved.
Yes.
I may survive Louis. I'm not gonna survive Lestat. He would eat me and that'd be a done deal. Okay. Would you rather read a novel based on a true story of someone you know, or a fictional novel where a character is based on you?
Oh, the first one. I don't want to hear what people have to say about me. You know what I mean? Because, like, once again, I have the toxic trait of thinking that I wouldn't die. But I think I would. Like, if I was, like, entered into any sort... If a character based off of me was entered into any sort of fantasy realm where there's any sort of creature that could put her in danger, she would die.
I would rather read a character based off me.
Yeah,
There's already a character based off me.
There is?
Yeah. Would you rather volunteer as tribute for someone you love in the Hunger Games, or have someone you love volunteer to take your place?
Immediately no. Yeah, the second one.
I would volunteer as tribute.
I would not. Because then we'd both be dead. You know what I mean? Like, I have people in my life who are way tougher than I am. I think they could make it. I couldn't.
I don't have people that are tougher than me.
Yeah.
So. I've survived a lot.
I mean, I have too, except, like, it's just... I just don't think I'd be good in any of those trials.
I don't think I'd be good in them either, but I do have a high pain tolerance.
I'm kind of, like, mentally tough a little bit, but, like, not... The second they let those bees out that they let out in Hunger Games...
Do I think I'll survive?
Bye.
Do I think I'll survive? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I'll die.
See, but I have people in my life that I think could survive those.
I don't.
Okay. He's sensation.
I could not. I could not send my sisters or my dad or anybody in. So I would volunteer as tribute. It would not happen. I'd die. 100%.
Yeah.
I'd try. It wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Because I've always said, like, if there's ever a zombie apocalypse, I'd just kill myself. Like, I don't want to have to deal with that. And so I just feel like I wouldn't be helpful to anybody.
I just wouldn't be helpful. Okay. Would you rather only read books about love triangles, or read books without any romance at all?
Oh,
read books without any romance at all, because if you were only giving me love triangles, I'd probably stop reading.
I don't like either of those options. I'm choosing to plead the fifth on that one.
I would be fine with reading books without any romance at all. I can still watch TV shows and stuff with romance.
Yeah.
I'd be... But seriously,
like none at all.
Love triangles are fine for certain situations, but like I get tired of them after a while.
But like, give me some. I mean, I know they exist, but like, pretty much every book ever has some form of like love with the characters. Like even like the thrillers that we love. You know, I just don't see that there's any books. I'm trying to think of like even The Wives.
That's true.
It was a thriller. It wasn't a romance, but there was, you know, that aspect involved in it, and that's what drove. I just feel like love is what drives some of these characters to be so crazy, and I just don't think they'd be as good.
Okay, you're right.
Yeah.
Would you rather live your favorite character's worst nightmare, or spend a day as your most hated fictional character?
Once again, I have to think about who my most hated fictional character is.
I know, I'm trying to think right now. Who do I hate the most?
Oh.
I hate a lot of people.
I do. Like a few come to my brain, and I think with either of them, I would choose just to live a day as them.
I would probably just choose to live a day because, like, I don't want to live the nightmare.
Because once again, I don't have like a favorite character on the top of my head, but all of them have pretty horrible worst nightmares. So I'd really live a day as like Umbridge or Miss Tamlin or something.
Yeah. Or Amarantha.
Yeah.
I hate that word.
Fucking can't stand Amarantha.
But probably Tamlin.
No, probably fucking Elaine. I honestly hate Elaine more than I hate Tamlin. I can't think of a... I changed my
King of
answer.
Highburn.
It's Elaine, and I'd still rather live a day as her, but...
The King of Highburn.
I hate Elaine more. At least he was interesting. At least he added something to the story.
There's so many other like characters that I could think of that I really hate.
Yeah.
And now I would just spend a day as them.
Because and I hate them because they're boring. Because I tend to actually kind of like villains.
Yeah.
And so like I don't think anything would happen to me because they're just so fucking useless.
Alright guys, that's all we have for today. Comment down below and let us know what you think. And let us know what you're currently reading. You know, we're always looking for books to add. Comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when we post next. We'll see you next time. Bye.